Welcome to New Stripe City, a YouTube channel for diehard Bengals fans. I'm your host, Ace Boogie. Get some of the jersey in there. We got the 18 freshly on, the AJ Green jersey. It seems like someone said in the comments during the stream that me wearing certain jerseys tend to allow certain guys to score touchdowns. It was T. Higgins one game. This game is the AJ Green jersey. AJ Green was able to score, but let's not just talk about him. This was a balanced attack offensively from the Bengals, but it still was somewhat frustrating because they should probably have about 21 points on the board right now. As you can see from the title, it is only 9-7. They should at least have, in my opinion, maybe 21 points here, depending on how things go. Obviously, they missed a field goal early with Randy Bullock. Several plays, a weird play on a weird drive that happened where Joe Burrow gets completely destroyed by Chase Young, fumbles it. It was just a weird play. It was a weird play. It was a holding on Spain. It was just a lot of weirdness going on. But it's strange because the Bengals have been very solid offensively, but the numbers don't indicate it because they have not been able to score and put it home in the red zone. Now they did get one touchdown to AJ Green, but they really should be up more in this game. But I will not just talk about the negatives. There are some positives. They were able to get the receiving core in full going. When you talk about AJ Green, when you talk about Tyler Boyd, T. Higgins, they even got Drew Sample involved a little bit in this game. Offensive line has played admirably. Outside of some shots that Joe Burrow has taken, Hakeem Adeniji starting at right tackle is looking very good. Jonah Williams at left tackle. They've got Trey Hopkins at center. They've got Quentin Spain, and they also have Michael Jordan. They are playing good. Carl Lawson also got a sack. I believe it was on one of those first drives. They forced the 3-and-out. They're doing good. But the thing is, they have to maintain this. Now, they did give up some plays there in the secondary, but the guy, Jesse Bates, probably should be an All-Pro. If not, I don't know how he's not an All-Pro this season unless they go by the team's record. Has a huge play right before the half. I'm sitting there thinking that this is going to be the typical situation where the Bengals defense, because of the scheme, starts to give up a lot of plays because of that coverage, and Jesse Bates just comes over the top and gets an interception. This is something when I had my preview with Louis T that we talked about. He talked about them making mistakes and getting interceptions. He also talked about the Washington football team starting out slow. One thing that was concerning to me is I don't feel like we ran the ball enough. And the reason that I say that is because this team is not good when it comes to defending the run. The Bengals did have some success when it came to running the ball, but they really kind of got away from that. They really kind of started trying to play Madden and going empty every single play. And I think that you have to show that you're willing to run the ball just to balance this attack out. But if I had to give them a score for this halftime right now, I think that you're probably giving them a B minus. I'd probably say B minus. I think it would be an A if they had all of those points that they should have right now. If Randy goes ahead and makes that play, just some really weird stuff going on right now from the special teams department. There was another play where Alex Erickson almost fumbled it on a punt return after the crazy game that he had last week. So that was something that really worried me. I think Gio's playing very great. I mean, he's catching the ball, he's running, he's doing all the things that we really need from him. And Joe Burrow's doing his thing. He's having a great bounce back game from last week. He's already almost engulfed 200 passing yards there. Threw a deep ball earlier in the game that looked very good, was dropped by T. Higgins. Didn't look like he's having any issues on this deep ball or any accuracy issues this game. So Gio definitely still has it. This is looking good. I mean, honestly, it's looking good. The only thing I don't like is that it's 9-7 because we know that the Washington football team is coming. This is going to be a game where you got to race to 30. And Louis T said that, and I think that he's right. You got to get 30. We've gotten 30 plenty of times this season. I think that we would be even closer to 30 had we had scored on those drives that we should have. We've got to finish drives. We've got to get Burrow and AJ on the same page. Someone in here says that he's missing throws to AJ. I agree with that. We got to get that back on the same page for sure. Hopefully these guys can get it back together It looks like he targeted AJ 6 times and there were 3 completions. So gotta definitely clean that up. Gotta get those things going there. Keep these guys moving in the second half. Geno Atkins did get his first tackle, I believe, of the season. So we'll see. Hold on one second. I'm reading some of these comments. I usually don't get a chance to do this. Somebody said that AJ looks like he's giving a half-hearted effort. No, I don't believe that at all. Those balls were right around him. They just were not in the right area. It's not like he stopped on a route and they were short or anything. He's like right there. And there was one that was almost forced to him that was almost a nightmare. That was almost an interception by Darby in the end zone, and he broke on that. So I think that literally we'll see what's going to happen there. I didn't like that AJ's not getting any of those calls. There's a lot of contact from these corners on him. We've seen that. That's been a theme this season. Marcus Hunt, got to give him some love. Made the deflection there on that play that William Jackson III was able to come through and get that interception. So shout out to Marcus Hunt as well. William Jackson III had a great pass deflection on a deep pass after being burnt earlier in the game for a deep pass on Terry, and that's going to happen. I mean, Terry's a great receiver, but what a way for him to rebound on the next play and make a play there. Mackenzie Alexander, I can't say enough about this guy. He's really been playing very solid football. I like what I saw from him. Outside of that, I think that's pretty much it. I talked about Carl Lawson earlier. Haven't seen much from the linebackers in this game. It's just been a really weird game. I mean, honestly, Alex Smith only has 80 yards passing, so not much that he could really do there, and has an interception right now. Bengals just have to maintain this lead and come out of this with a victory. They're gonna have to play 2 halves of football. Washington is gonna come out stronger. We've got to stretch this lead, run the ball, and try to dominate here. They just showed AJ spiked the ball with that touchdown. So hopefully we can get that. And hopefully this score holds up. Hopefully we can get them out here with a victory. So you guys let me know what you think in the comments. And as usual, oh, before I say that, I'm also live streaming right now. So if you go to the page right now, there's a live stream going. We're going to resume after halftime. So please be sure to check that out. But as usual, we will leave you guys with a who day all day, every day, and especially on Sunday.